What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to show you how to get the Sam Mills card. If you guys didn't see my gameplay with him, go ahead and check that out. But we did get the master Sam Mills. People had questions on how to, what's the best way of getting him and yada yada yada. So just so you know, this is his stats, base stats: 90 speed, 92 SL, 88 block shedding, 96 play rec, 89 zone in general, 95 stamina, which stamina was actually important this year. But that's his stat line. In general, it will increase over the year, over the year. You got Series 1, we're currently in Series 2, and then there'll be Series 3 and 4. I'm assuming at 4 he'll be a 99. It could be different, I'm not 100% sure, but I would imagine Series 4 or 5 he's going to be a 99. At least I think that's how it went last year. But in case you don't know, you can go down to here where it says My Master, and you can see your progression. Mine's at 100%. And this one, which is the Master Series 1, which is what we talked about earlier, is 1 and 2. You get +1 overalls on top of your Master progression. So this one would make you a 94, and then this one would make you a 95. Now you only have to do 2 of them, which we did, which you can get 200 stars, and that'll give you another +1. Stars is what you get in solo challenges, so it's all pretty straightforward. There is a Rivals solo list. So you can get that to pop up real quick, which Rivals 1 is 195, but Rivals 2, which just came out, you get that 87 free Geno Atkins, is 280. It doesn't take long at all. It takes maybe an hour, maybe 2 at the very most. They're all on arcade. It's super easy. So that's a quick way to get +1 already for Series 2. But the main one that everyone seems to struggle on is the sacks and fumbles. Now you need 250 fumbles and 400 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. So what I did personally is I went into Legends, which these are all full games. So you have to do these Legend tokens anyways. So you always get one once a week. You can see I did mine. And I think I don't remember how many tokens you need to get that, but eventually you get a free Legend down the road. It's very easy. They're all on rookie arcade mode. And whenever they're on arcade mode, it's always a breeze. You're going to force fumbles and sacks almost every single time you get a tackle, which is exactly what we're going to try to do. So my method is I kick it to the fullback, and then I just pop them for a fumble. If I'm trying to go for sacks, I'll run a man blitz and use it a running back, and that's a good way to get pressure, which can result in a sack and a fumble. Which, again, on arcade mode, they fumble a lot. It's almost every single time. So I'm going to demonstrate that here, and then we'll go from there. If there's any other questions, I guess we'll hopefully solve them all. If you guys have questions down below in the comments, I'll try to respond to as many as I can with the best advice I can. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, I had to score real quick. We're going to kick it to the fullback. The meter's really, really slow, so I just do it about there and then, an accurate kick. And I'm going to try to sprint and get the first person to get blocked. So I want to get blocked right here. That way I can go here and then just boom, pop them every single time. If I pick up the ball, what I'll do is I'll just run to the 1 yard line. If you need rushing or passing touchdowns, which a lot of people did, I know I needed rushing touchdowns. I just simply did that. So I have Vic and Todd Gurley. So what I just do is I just run a read option real quick. They're hardly going to come out in any big defense package. And then since you did that, boom, easy touchdown, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's going to be very boring. I was putting up 200, 300 points against these teams. But it's going to get it done. If you need yards, I don't recommend doing this. If you need yards, I would go to a different solo, which I'll show here in a moment. But just to give you an idea of what we're talking about when it comes to getting sacks, I'm going to purposely miss this kick, so there's no chance of a fumble, but I'll show you what I mean. So typically, any nickel package will work. So what I'll do is I'll just put everyone as close as to the receiver as possible. Here's a gun empty package. Don't necessarily like that, but it should give us a free reign. And look, sack, fumble. Almost every single time. Again, if you need rushing touchdowns or passing touchdowns, run to the 1 yard line. Do what you gotta do. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Again, go a man blitz, all out man blitz. You're not gonna get coordinated. If you do, they're so slow, they're not gonna do anything. You might even get lucky and be able to force a pop. I would take a wide pursuit. If they do burn you, I'd take a wide pursuit and try to hit stick them that way. That's a good way to get another another fumble. But yeah, again, over and over and over. It really does get boring. I would do it like right now, even when I'm recording this video, I'm watching the Astros and Athletics, and somehow, some way, the Astros are winning the game. But I don't want to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Mutt Master. Okay? So when that occurs, you can just do it over and over and over. Now, sometimes you might not even, like, if you have all the rushing touchdowns and you have all the passing touchdowns, sometimes it's better to not even pick up the ball. Because that's what I ended up doing, because I ran out of all the other challenges. Like, I had all the rushing touchdowns, all the yards, everything. So I would just straight up, if I did get the ball back, I would just punt it right back and do it again. I was getting about 15 to 20 sacks a game, including 25 to 30 fumbles a game with 15 to 20 sacks. So, again, if you could double stack it, that's great. That's awesome. It's less likely because during the game, you'll see, like, especially in that solo alone, Dan Marino will just throw the ball. Like, it will be to absolutely nobody, but he'll just throw it to avoid the sack. Kind of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. The only thing you don't want is them to run the ball, which is completely random. You have no control in that, so that's something to be wary of. But it shouldn't make that big of a difference. Go look at the other ones. So we were talking about challenges with, like, the yards. Team tackles is going to happen over the game. Like, when you do those hit stick fumbles, that's a tackle. When you do the sacks, that's a tackle. And just when you're playing the game in general, you're going to record tackles. If you really, really need tackles, and, like, that's one of the last things that you need, again, punt the ball away. Give them the ball. Try to not force turnovers. Just try to tackle them. I don't recommend punting the ball away in head-to-head. Do this in solos. Do not do this in head-to-head or anything. Passing yards. There's a couple good missions for these passing yards and touchdowns, and same thing with the rushing yards and touchdowns, which is all in the levels challenges. I don't recommend doing any other ones. Like, if you did the Rivals ones, Rivals 2 might have some good ones that you might want to do, but Rivals 1, honestly, in my opinion, doesn't have any. But there's a couple in here that's pass for 45 yards. They're going to put you on the 40, and you're going to bomb it for 60 yards every single time. These teams suck. Again, they're all on arcade. It's very, very easy. There's some that make you want to, that have you pass it, like, super far. If you can find those are great. But, again, score a passing touchdown in 3 plays. If you just need passing touchdowns, it's a good one because you're at the 25-yard line. There's another one for rushing touchdowns that's pretty solid. But these are all for, like, Andre Johnson and whatnot. So rush for 40 yards, that's an easy one. Because it's on arcade. If you have it, like, most people have Lamar or Vic or somebody along those lines, and you just take off. Just QB blast, read option, doesn't really matter. Rushing touchdown this drive. It's 85 yards, so that's a good one to mix and match. Slant, level 38. Score a rushing touchdown on this drive. You're at your own 15, so that's 85 yards you got to drive. Again, if you have Vic or Lamar, just read option it, make a little bit of a move, you're going to score. It's not hard at all. This is also good just in general if you're trying to get your Mutt level. That's what I've been doing. I've been running this hook route one, which is gain 40 yards in 6 plays. Super easy. I just run PA crossers out of the Saints playbook, and I just throw it. I just throw it up, honestly. I just throw it up for grabs unless it's a wide open read. They're going to come down with it. It's on arcade mode. It is on pro. It's not on rookie, but that really makes no difference at all. So don't be confused by anything. Just whatever seems the easiest to you, just go ahead and do. It's going to take time. You're not going to get Mutt Master in a single day, especially because you can't even get it in a single day if you don't have the daily objectives done, which is win 2 games and open a pack. Now, it doesn't matter what pack. Well, you have to buy a pack. Don't open a pack. You have to buy a pack, which most people will either do the get a golds or the get a players, whichever one fits more for you. Like, I'm at a level where if I open a get a gold, no matter what on my daily objective, I'm gonna make my coins back because it's 5,000 minimum and up. But if you're in the lower levels, I recommend opening the 500 coins because you're gonna make probably more money, and also you're not guaranteed to get 5 grand back. So even if you do get screwed over, then at least you're gonna make somewhat of a profit or make your coins back. So some people like to get risky with the get a golds. I really don't. I'll do it every now and again if there's like a limited, just to see if I can get lucky. You're not gonna get lucky unless, I don't know, maybe they just hate me. They probably do. But that is one of the best ways of getting Sam Mills. If you guys have questions down below, again, go ahead and leave them. I will respond to them. But yeah, this card's nasty. I'm telling you, this card's nasty, especially because I have lockdown on him. He has 92 zone coverage at middle linebacker. That's really, really, really good. Not to mention 90 hit power. He meets all the thresholds. He's fast. He's just a little shorter, and his block shedding isn't high enough to meet the threshold, but it's still good. It's 88 block shedding. That's better than most linemen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you. If it did, please be sure to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Join forces.